Coffee time is commencing, y'all. Are you excited? Are you excited about coffee time? Well, Paisley's excited about coffee time. Look. She just yawned. Y'all missed it, but she needs her coffee. Yeah. It's true. I like how you agree with everything that I say. Because that's what I tell myself. She's going, you were so right. You were so right about everything. You were always right. I think I need to talk about this on stage because, you think I should? Okay, I'm going to talk about it, Paisley. That's what we're going to do. Well, you know how cats get a reputation for being, like, essentially, for crazy people, okay? Now, I'm not going to deny that I'm crazy. Just look at my hair, okay? That's kind of what this channel's all about. I didn't really want to, like, showcase being crazy, like put a label on myself and try to make a thing out of this. That wasn't what it was about. I was just trying to, like, show, the therapeutic side of this. That, you don't have to choose these conventional treatment options that they'll try to sell you here in America. You don't have to go along with that shit. I discovered the keyboard. I mean, I had the keyboard in my garage for a long time, and I didn't start introducing it into my daily routine until I started doing stand-up comedy. And so I think I need to find from my original channel, Aimless. You can see that at the bottom. I think I need to find that original piano pump video. I don't know if I filmed that. I think I did, though. But yeah, it was when I was, like, driving to work, when I worked in the Wendy's drive-thru, and, I decided to play music on my way to work. And my job was, like, 7 minutes from my house. So it was a pretty short video. But, I just kept doing that shit. Wouldn't try to make a thing out of it. It's like a lot of people, they have a brand or whatever the fuck. That's stupid. Oh yeah, coffee. Cannot get distracted. Need to find coffee. Hold on. Yeah, so I understand, like, the therapeutic value of a lot of the things that I say, so it really wasn't out of arrogance, me deciding to do this channel, or, like, wanting to be famous or whatever. I really fucking hate fame, and I hate everything about this culture and the status quo and everything. So if something were to happen with me, like, honestly, I have no idea what I would do. Because I'm just, like, over this world. And I know that because I'm a female, you think that I want constant attention. But even the tiniest amount of attention freaks me out. What else do you want from me? I'm gonna obsess about that. And I don't want you to come in between my sanity. I'm very protective of that. More people should be protective of that, but they're not. And so I guess that's why I do what I do. So maybe I should try to let this go, this fear that I have, that somebody's gonna discover me and I'll be more popular than I am. And I don't want to be popular. It was was the unpopular people that were always way cooler than the popular people. Popular people don't have a cat, okay? It's true. It's true. It's true. Popular people usually have a dog. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that. That was what I was originally gonna talk about. Dogs. Dog people are way worse than cat people. Because like, dog people are like internalized cat people. In a way. So it's like, all this stuff that makes people think that like cat people are like super berserk with the way that they behave. Like, cat people are judged very harshly because we don't need people like, yes, I'm talking about you, okay? I'm talking about the fact that I don't need you. I don't need you and you don't need me. We really don't need each other, you know? Like, cat people don't have the kind of relationship with their cats that dog people have with their dogs. That's just facts, okay? The reason why cat people are cat people is because we have a really, typically, yes, you're the star of this video. I know you want to be the star. Fucking attention whore. But anyway, we know that we're crazy. Cat people always know that we're crazy, okay? So it's stupid for society to demean us the way that they demean us. Now, I don't care. They can keep doing it. But it's dog people that are way crazier because it's dog people that are really codependent if they need a fucking dog, dude. Because dogs are, like, super loyal because they want that fucking dog food, you know? They are very, very submissive. So dogs are, like, the ultimate BDSM partner, you know? So it kind of figures that dog people would be, you know, fuck-ups. So, like... I want to make people mad with this, because, you know, like, I don't think anything's more offensive than this right here. Like, there's a lot of mean stuff that could be said, but I feel like this is probably the most offensive opinion that I have, that, like, you know, dogs, I think that dog ownership is, like, really, really crazy. But it overcompensates for the fact that, like, people don't have a very good relationship with themselves. They don't have a good relationship with their family or their, you know, significant others or whatever. So it's just easier for them to have pets that always rely on them. And so that's not why I have cats, by the way. I just like cats. But honestly, they are a headache. They're a headache because you get attached to them and then they fucking die. And, you know, Arlo up and killed himself because he ate all this stuff that was really bad for him. And I feel like a really bad cat mommy. And I have to live with that. And I really don't want to go through that shit again. You know, it was so crazy when I said that my cat had died, when I told people that, so many people were like asking me if I wanted another cat. Isn't that kind of fucked up? It's like, hey, you should immediately get over the loss of this cat and replace it with another cat. I mean, how fucking sick is our society, dude? And that's such a mean thing to do to his sister anyway. It's like she already had to deal with that. Isn't that right? You already had to deal with that. Just the obnoxious presence of another cat. You couldn't wait for him to go. What if she killed him? What if she convinced him to kill himself? What if she's evil? I hope not. But no. I know that she doesn't love me. That bitch doesn't love anybody, including herself. But she's a cat. She's not conscious. Like, this is why I say dog people are like delusional, because they really believe that their dogs love them. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But, you know, they just want something to provide them, like, loyalty and acceptance so that they don't hate themselves as much as they do. And interesting little fact, anybody that has a rescue, or not a rescue dog, what's it called? Therapy dog. A therapy dog, so similar to a rescue dog. Anybody that has a therapy dog is on medication. Because in order to qualify for a therapy dog, you have to be on meds. So, I know this because a friend of mine, she said that she tried to get a therapy dog, but they wanted her to get on psychiatric drugs, and she refused to do that. But just to let you know, it's like everything in this country just seems like a pretend solution for either a problem that is actually a problem but needs better treatment than that, like, medication and, a dog that they're allowed to take with them everywhere they go that enables them to not ever have to face their triggers and deal with their emotional instability and their anxiety and what makes them so fragile all the time. So it's either that or I totally forgot what I was talking about. Therapy dog. Therapy dog. We were talking about how America doesn't have solutions. Their solutions are get on medication that's really bad for you. Oh yeah, face your problem. Face your problem of being emotionally unstable by not facing your problem. So it's like they trick people into thinking that these things are solutions, but they're not, because they just complicate the problem even more. Or what if, this is what I was originally trying to say and I totally lost my train of thought, but like what if it's not an actual problem, but you convince yourself that it is, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the extent that you think that you need medication, and you think that you need this rescue dog or whatever, like something to lighten the burden for you, okay? I don't know. It just seems like they don't want you to get over things as long as they can keep milking you for like support, like you support their system, you support this idea of yourself, like being unstable or like being mentally ill or depressed and everything. So it's like if you support the label that they give you, you take the treatment options that they give you, you stay in that same victim mentality, and you don't ever like live up to your full potential. I realize the fact that a lot of people don't care about living up to their full potential, but they really should, damn it. They really should. Did I have a point? You just think dogs should be taken away from people. Yes, until they figure themselves out. Like, so many people, they use things as some sort of shield, so they don't have to deal with trauma. Or maybe it's embellished trauma. But since they're so full of drama, they have no choice but to think of it as trauma. And anything you focus on gets bigger and wider and more disgusting. And you can't stop vomiting when you think about it, but you still can't stop thinking about it. Well, that's terrible. That you would choose to feel like shit, all for the purpose of remaining a victim, always and forever. Don't ever question it. Well, me personally, I would rather
away from that. But since that's your whole identity and shit, I can understand why you don't. And you know, I'm an outcast because I ask a lot of questions that the rest of society won't. But that's either out of laziness or it's out of fear. I'm convinced that it's fear. But, ooh, like that. If we don't fuck it up, that would be so good. But you know, that's probably something that we would do. I know that I'm supposed to keep doing what I'm doing. But I get stuck whenever I think about this goal that I'm pursuing. 'Cause it's not happening the way it happens for everyone else, it seems. And I don't want to feel sorry for myself, and I don't want to worry about anything. But I can't help it. I get concerned about everything falling apart. And you already know that I'm a bleeding heart. I'm a bleeding heart. Sometimes I think that I'm like at least 25 people all rolled up into one very discombobulated person who everyone misgenders, and that's okay with me, 'cause I feel a lot closer to my masculinity. Does that make me a bad woman? Because I could chase that a lot better than all the things about me that are feminine. Aside from my empathy, of course. I mean, empathy is definitely a feminine trait. But I think that empathy, the other side of it, narcissism. I think that people that feel like they've been through so much shit, and maybe they actually haven't, I think that it makes them a narcissist. So whatever empathy that they pretend to have, there's no way they could have it if they're bragging. Well, I just know from my own personal experience that empathy is not a fun experience, not at all. And it makes you sick, it makes you sick. But you know that it's good. Yeah, you know that it's good. It's just not well understood. And anything that is not well understood, they say is bad, 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 they say is bad. Well, yours truly sought to understand that so that we could explain it if somebody needed that answer to a question that nobody seems
seems to be asking, but you can count on us to ask all the questions that nobody else will ask. And, of course, I forgot what my original point was. I think you were just bitching about dog people. And you made that coffee. I did. I made this coffee. Do you want some coffee, Vortex? Oh, I wish I could give it to you. I should use my anti-government coffee mug. You know what's funny is that as much as I hate the government, I actually don't think the government is the biggest problem. I think it's the people that are the biggest problem. Because gotta look at it when I do it. I'm still spilling it. Shit. There's a leak. There's a leak on top. Did y'all see it? Do y'all have that same problem? Well, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the government. Yeah, it's the people. It's the people that support the government. It's the people that rely on the government. So they're the ones keeping the government afloat, and they're the ones that are making it so formidable. So, you know, people don't rely on it so much. And it's not just them, it's like the media and like all the products. And I know there's no way that we can like completely avoid it. So you know, this whole off the grid thing is kind of ridiculous because, you know, there's no way to like really do that anyway. Like, as much as I love to brag about, you know, still having this little flip phone here, you know, whatever. Maybe I should just get a smartphone, right? I know that, like, there's only so much you can do to, like, avoid what they're doing. But I think the reason why I have such an aversion to smartphones is because of the whole, like, relationship to TV that I see. You know, just with, like, if you go into somebody's house and, like, there's somebody in the house that's, like, watching TV, it's like you just see them and they're, like, totally glued to the TV and, like, you know, it's just really depressing. Well, like, yeah, now that's everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, people are just watching their little TV. And it's like they just carry around a little TV. And that's very disturbing. And yes, it's the TV that allows you to talk to people, right? So originally they sell you on this idea that you need this constant communication tool everywhere you go. And I get that, like, you can talk to people, like, just walking around outside and, you know, going somewhere, you can still talk to anybody you want to talk to. I mean, that's an amazing tool. That's an amazing thing that you can accomplish. But, you know, that's not why people have them now. The reason why people have them now is so they can watch TV everywhere they go. So, I'm against that. I'm against that. So that's the thing that people don't grasp. When they look at somebody's unconventional decision, they just assume that you're a total whack job. And, you know, they're not wrong about that in relation to me. But, you know, I'm not a whack job because I don't have a smartphone. I'm a whack job for a bunch of other reasons. But, no, I'm just a fucking win cell. That's what I call myself. We win in our cell, motherfucker. Because we've had sex and it's terrible. But anyway, this coffee's gonna be way too hot. I think I need to calm down. I think I need to take it slow. But, I love that sound so much. But yeah, I actually really like dogs though, which is another reason why I think, like, people shouldn't be allowed to have them, because they mistreat them, and, you know, them relying on their dogs way more than their dogs rely on them. That should tell you right there that it's a really sick, disgusting society that we live in. You know, and people don't really, like, value their dog anyway. If, like, they could just do very similar to what all my friends were suggesting and just replace, like, my dead cat with another cat, you know? Like, they would do that. Like, I've seen so many people do that. They lose one dog and they immediately get another dog. And it's like, I don't understand that, like, at all. I could never replace Arlo. Ever. He was such a little bastard cat. And he was my bastard cat, and I miss him so much, dude. And, you know, nothing's ever going to replace Paisley whenever she gets the fuck on out of here, you know? So, this whole idea of, like, oh, well, I'll just... It's like the same thing you see in relationships, where, like, you know, people get out of a relationship, or they get divorced, and they just immediately, like, hook up with somebody else. It's like, dude, like, you're never going to, like, figure things out if you can't, like, address this issue that causes you to, you know, not have good relationships. So, you know, I feel like pets are for a lot of people that just don't have a very good relationship with themselves. And, you know, I have a lot of people in my life, like, I've really worked on my relationship with my parents. You know, I have people in my life, like, that I work with that I'm close with because they're, like, my family. You know, comics that I'm friends with, people that I've gone to school with, that I've been friends with over the years, people I've worked with, on and off. It's like, we have that kind of connection. And I think that's really, really important to have, like, stable relationships. And that's, like, a really common thing that I see with people that, it's like, if they have a dog, it's usually that's, like, the only stable thing in their life, which is really terrible. You know, like, why would that sort of thing be, like, pushed on our society if it wasn't? Like, it's not benefiting the dog. It's not. That dog is, like, traumatized by, like, being around you all the time. Like, it requires you to give it food. I mean, that's just terrible if you think about, like, all these emotionally unstable people are just, like, narcissistic people that are, like, just holding a dog hostage, or several dogs, you know, and it's because they are too emotionally unstable to take care of themselves. So they have to have this furry little creature relying on them all the time, so that they can feel important, so that they don't, like, get anxious about the fact that they don't have a purpose, you know, because they don't believe in God. Yeah, obviously, if they have to be on medication, like, yeah, dude. I mean, it's sad. I'm not trying to generalize here, but I think that it's a very accurate description of a lot of people that consider themselves to be, like, dog lovers. You know, like, people that put up pictures of their dogs, like, online all the time with, like, dog memes and shit like that. Cats are better because they're funny. They're funny. And cats are not for codependent losers, okay? That's why cats are better. But, once again, I don't have an issue with dogs. It's the people that own them that are the problem. And they're fucking nuts over their dogs. It's like, stupid. It's like they don't care, like, what happens to their kid. But God forbid something happens to their little fur cluster of cells, right? We should bring that joke back. That was pretty good. I feel like we could embellish that for sure. But, yeah, I should talk about dog people destroying America. Let's not blame mass immigration or, like, multiculturalism. Let's just blame dog people.